Gentlemen, and honestly ladies, I see you subscribing to the channel. Separating from a narcissist can make you feel like you emerged from a battlefield. You're wounded, you're confused, emotionally drained, and after you get out, it's, oh, I think I can just move on and get on with my life. I'm free. But trust me, the scars run deep. Today we're going to talk about 5 critical reasons that you should seek professional help after being in a relationship with a narcissist. Let's get into it. My name is Keanon Slade, and I have successfully achieved FIRE. That is, I've achieved financial independence, retired early, and I'm here in sunny Costa Rica. And what's more, I'm on a journey to help good guys build a great life outside the US. And part of that is having a good relationship or getting healed from a bad one. And so do me a favor, I want you guys to stay to the very end, because it's not just about watching this video, it's not just about being healed, it's not just about moving on, it's all of that. Regaining your self-worth and paving a way for a healthier relationship down the road. And more than that, there's a free ebook that I want you guys to grab. So let's get into it. I want to stop you real quick just to say something to my divorced men. If you guys are looking for something that will help you after you've been divorced, separated, heck, even dumped, and you're still looking to move abroad and you're trying to figure out how do you adjust and to deal with this, I want to have something special for you, because honestly, going through that situation, I want to give you something a little bit different because your journey is different, and you can find that information in the link below. And let's get into the rest of the video. The first reason is loss of identity. And being with a narcissist, it might have seemed like a dream come true. I've never been loved this deeply. It's a roller coaster. You go higher and higher. No other relationship is taking you, and you feel so good, and then, wow. And so in that, your identity becomes, I don't want to crash. What can I do to keep this high and to be loved, the man that I should be, or the woman that I am? And do I have to change a little bit? Do I say something different? You start to lose your identity. You're not the same person that you are when you get in, to this type of relationship. Very toxic. And so you want to seek professional help. 1, not only to fix that, but 2, to be able to realize, are there things in my personality, like people pleasing? That was me, where I was like, oh, I want to be a big piece of people pleaser. And when I was on the high, this was feeding my ego. Yes, the people pleasing is working. Of course, I didn't know I was a people pleaser, but the people pleasing is working, and everything's great. It's all for everything. And then when it's down, it's like, yeah, I need to change to be more like this again. And honestly, in a narcissist relationship, there's nothing you can do. They love the ride, they love the drastic highs, and they love the drastic lows. There's nothing you can do. But you really need a professional person to be able to help you understand that and things that you need to work on yourself, so that you don't end up with another narcissistic person, because you're like, oh, relationships are supposed to be like this. Yeah, no, that's not healthy. Number 2 would be complex emotional trauma. And this comes in where the emotional toll of the relationship is not what you think. You thinking, oh, it only affected me this much, but no, it's actually to a deeper level. It took your self-value. We've already talked about your identity, and your emotions are all over the place. And there's honestly now little time bombs, triggers. Okay, I see that person. They're like my ex. No, they're not. They're just, it is something that you just took the same, and I can't trust anybody. No one is trustworthy. And so your emotions have been traumatized. And so you need a professional to be able to help you through that journey, to be like, no, there are trustworthy people. You need to don't be like, here's my heart, take it all. But you let people in the door, let them test, let's see where they're going. And okay, they're good. Okay, we're good. A little bit more. Okay, especially if you're in a romantic relationship, a little bit more. Yeah, versus here's everything. Yeah. So you want to be able to get that looked at. You want to be able to get that looked at by someone who knows what they're talking about, that can actually help you on the journey, so that you don't just jump into the next relationship trying to heal the old. Yeah, that's not going to work. Number 3, the cycle of abuse. And as I keep saying, it's like a roller coaster. And if those of you are in this type of relationship, you really understand. Relationship it might be like this, it might be like, but a narcissistic relationship is this cycle of abuse. It's like you don't have to do anything wrong for the argument to start. They just need drama. And because of that, they'll find anything. Oh my goodness, why did you make this green? I didn't. Yes, you did, because you said this and you planted it. I didn't. You told me to plant it. Yeah, they need this drama. Any foolish, dumb thing honestly, if you look back in a minute, because you're in emotional, you're getting dragged emotionally through it, you're like, you're not putting things together. This doesn't make, why are we having this conversation? That's God's word, God, not mine. You could have picked the other ones. You didn't say you didn't like. And so there's no winning that. And so you end up in this cycle of abuse. And again, I've talked about in the healthy relationships, yeah, you're going to have this. So don't be scared of, okay, we went into a little, we didn't agree on the movie, we didn't like it, and yeah, and this trigger sitting there hurt, but we're going to get help, or we're going to talk about it, and we're going to come out of it. And this is not going to be a cycle, but a cycle where you're in a narcissistic relationship. Yeah, you'll probably be focusing on the same problems that you did when you're dating. And this is the reason why I made the red flag video. You saw the red flags, you ignored them, and it's, oh, but we're still doing this. We haven't grown in this many months, this many years. We've talked about it, and you pretended that we're getting better, but really we're in a cycle. This is a cycle of abuse. And it's really because you want the abuse, not that we're growing or nothing like that. And don't get me wrong, and I didn't even have this written down. When you get into fights, or you get into trouble, really, but really the fight is something that they trigger, you do feel like you're getting closer. Oh, we saw that fight. You forget that they started. It's like they punched you and they gave you the pain pill. Oh, they love me because they gave me pain pills for the pain that I was doing. You forget that they caused the pain. And so you end up in this relationship where it's, okay, I'm being abused, but I forget who the abuser is, it's them. And they love me again. And it feels so good to be with them. And again, cycle. You don't want to be in a toxic relationship like that. Yeah, I would probably recommend getting out, because it's detrimental to your health and to those around you. You've probably noticed that your friend and family circle has just shrunk. That was not in the script. So let's jump into the question. Question for today is, have you found yourself in a similar relationship after leaving the first narcissistic person? Have you gotten into a new relationship with the person and it's like the same person with a different name? You just dated the same person? Put it in the comments below and we'll jump into the next point. Number 4, trust issues. And you're definitely going to have trust issues. If you've been in a narcissistic relationship long enough, not only you're not going to trust other people, you're not going to trust yourself. That was a big hard one for me, because after I learned how to forgive, and forgiving is not just opening the door, it's forgiving, oh, I forgive you, but I don't have to trust you. Yeah, I forgive you. But it's hard to do that when it's yourself. I forgive me? How do I do that? I'm the one that made the stupid mistake. You will end up in a situation where you're not trusting, not yourself, not other people. You're like, oh, the relationship took a dip. Oh no, we're going through a cycle. Oh, no. You have to learn how to trust. Oh, is this a conversation that we can come out of? And oh, we're okay. We're okay. We're not going down. You have to, that only happens when you have professional help to actually be able to identify it. Because you may not even be able to see all your triggers. I'm pretty sure you won't. You may not know the root cause, and you may not realize, especially if you haven't had help, because this statement may not be true for you if you haven't had help. But if you've had help, you're not the same person that you were when you started. Now, if you didn't have help, you could be exactly the same person that you were when you started. And so part of that is learning how to trust again, trust yourself, and that is very important, and that's why you need help. Before we get into the next point, I want you guys to not only click on the ebook down below, and it's for free. It's a golden nugget that you should not lose, especially if you're watching this video. It's the 7 signs you're with a narcissist. But I also want you to check out the other things that I've given you, such as one-on-ones. If you need to be able to talk to someone, especially a life coach, to help you on your journey, yes, ring-a-ring-a-ding, ring the bell. And so let's jump into the next point. Number 5, reclaiming your emotional freedom. You may or may not realize that for so long that your freedom is tied up, especially emotionally, with the narcissist. How are they doing? Are they having a good day? Did they wake up on the right side of the bed? And all your emotions is tied up and imprisoned to them. And so you have to be able to learn to reclaim that, realize what it is. For a long time, I didn't even realize what I like. People say, what do you want for your birthday, your Christmas? I don't know, because all my emotional stuff was pleasing the other person. And still today, honestly, I'm a lot better and healed. There's some things I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm still working through that. And we're talking depends on when I watch this video, we're talking probably 3 to 4 years later. And so it's okay, what do you want to do? And so those things that emotionally you have to do. Now, and I'm not talking about stuff like that you're distracted with. A lot of people just maybe is buying stuff is not the greatest example for everyone. It is for some people, but it's not for everyone because some people have just been distracting themselves for buying stuff. Now, this is different. Now, you have to be able to understand your emotional needs and actually have them free versus I'm trying to be the best husband and wife and father and blah, blah, blah. Along with that is, do you have emotional freedom from anxiety? A lot of times when you're in a narcissistic relationship, you get caught up with anxiety, depression, or even worse. It's just what comes with the territory. This is the reason why dating a narcissist is really toxic to you, because you inherit a lot of bad things after you start second guessing yourself on simple stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of depression and bad things that happen. As I said at the beginning, there's a bonus. I'm glad you stayed to the end. So the bonus is you want to be able to get healing so that you don't attract other narcissists. As you're dating, you want to make sure that you're healed so that you're not attracting the person who you don't want. A lot of times, I'm the knight in the shining armor. I'm going to save that person. I'm going to fix that person. I'm going to be the best. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to be the people pleaser, whatever they need to get them up on their feet. And they want to do a business. I'm going to support them in unhealthy ways. And so you end up attracting a narcissist person. And you're like, I'm looking for that love, like the movie Love. We feel so high. Goodness gracious. One of my shows, and I'm not ashamed to say it, I was a Twilight fan. Probably still am. But it was a terrible, and the movies it looked so beautiful. Oh, love is this and love is that. And yeah, we're not gonna go into that. But honestly, it was a very toxic relationship. You should not have separation anxiety from leaving a partner that way, where you just don't eat nothing, or you're just down for a month. A lot of stuff that we get about love comes from movies. So I'm looking for this extreme high, extreme man. We're always gonna be on cloud 9. And yeah, there's no norm, there's no natural flow. You begin to attract other people who take you that way. They do it unhealthily. We're not talking about every once in a while, do something and here's life. I gotta go to work, we gotta eat, we gotta do showers, and we're not in bed all day. We gotta feed the kid. No, there's a nice rhythm versus yay, we crack. Yeah. And so you don't want to attract that. That is actually very important. Another reason that you should see professional help that can help you along your journey. As I wrap this up, I want you guys to have the ebook that is down in the link below. Go ahead and click it in the description. It's the 7 signs that you're with a narcissist. That's really going to help you on your journey and to be able to help you make some wise decisions. If you found this video enlightening, I want you to click it, like it, share it, click all the bells, just push all the buttons, not the good ones. And so I want you guys to do all that and be able to share it to help other people. And also, this is my prayer for you, that if you guys are in a situation that you will be able to have your eyes open. I felt like when I was in my situation, I was blinded. Everybody, my friends, my counselors, everybody, don't be in this relationship. And yeah, I couldn't see. My eyes were not open. And God gave me the grace. And so I pray for the same grace and clarity for you guys to open up your eyes, especially in the beginning, hopefully in the beginning, that you have not invested years in your life into a bad and narcissistic relationship. Until next time, I will see you on the other side.